And welcome in to Tailgate Tales for this week, everyone. It's LSU time, isn't it, Leah?
Yep.
Yeah. We got fancy purple and yellow tigers on our faces.
Yep.
I look more like Leah said, a luchador, kind of. But it's pretty all right. My face itches like crazy, though.
Sorry.
Oh, man. Yours is really cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go show? You want to go show? Yeah. That mic isn't on. Do you want to turn that mic on to talk? You just want to be looked at? Go for it. Uh-oh. You going to make it? Get in there tight. Get in there all tight. Yeah. Yeah. See? Isn't that pretty? Should I show mine?
Probably not.
Okay. We have agreed to not show my face paint, I imagine. All right. Are you ready to get started, my love?
Yeah, sure. Here.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, I'm back.
Did you have to burp?
Yes.
Do it on microphone.
Absolutely not.
Don't be a pussy.
After as much hate mail as you got for doing it in the main show.
There was one.
There was a couple that said, maybe
Yeah.
don't do that. But there was only one dude that was really hateful. And he wasn't offended, but, you know.
No, he wasn't hateful. He was just like, the way he said it. It was, I love the show, but the belching needs to stop. Either
It's
turn your
not
microphones
funny.
off or turn away from the microphones. And I was like, look, dude, I'm going to burp more now. You can lick all the penises. Anyway.
All right.
Jamie says, so cute, Leah.
Oh, thank you.
It is very good. We won't be able to see the comments for a little while. But, I mean, if you have them on your phone, but...
Yeah, I'm better at painting myself than I am other people.
Yeah.
And Mitch has a beard and an odd face shape.
I'm going to go show mine.
Yeah, his turned out more like stripy luchador than anything because I got too much black under his eyes and I couldn't make the kitty shapes because of his mustache. So, anyway, there you go.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
But on a normal face, you know, without all the hair, looks fun. Yeah, see, he kind of looks a little goth there.
Had to turn up a mic. I'm sorry. Had to turn up a microphone because I need to explain that if you look on my lips here, you can see from the picture that I put up on the community chat. Oh, there's some on my finger, too. Look at there.
It's because you've been scratching at it.
That Leah painted my lips very, very black, and then it wouldn't come out of my facial
Soul
hair.
patch.
Yeah. Like, it was real bad. I looked a little bit like the It Monster. A little bit.
I did notice that without those lines, you did kind of... It was giving you a very weird tiger stripe it kind of thing going on. So, anyway, we fixed it. It's fine. Mitch didn't have to share that photo, but he did because he's a dick.
I'm holding on to it for posterity. I sent it to my friends. And I said, if anything happens to me, show this to the police.
As like your missing poster or just in case?
This is what happened to me. I've disappeared.
Okay, good to know.
Marissa said her niece and nephew are most likely not old enough for your potty mouth. So,
okay, well,
excuse me.
I'll try to remember that.
Jamie says should be Mitchell Cooper from now on, like Alice
you're
Cooper.
Right. It does have a very.
Hey,
yep, I can see that.
I would take Alice Cooper's life. All he does now is play golf. Did y'all know that Alice Cooper is like an incredible golf player? He really is. Anyway.
I mean, he's got the money to pursue that kind of thing, so
yeah,
go for it.
He got into it. Okay, are we ready, Leah?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get recording, okay? Dobby, you got to stop with this toy, man. Ugh. Here. Hold on to it, please. He's going to drop it again. I'm just going to turn him around.
He's not going to do that.
We'll see what happens. Marissa also said it's all right that her niece and nephew are not old enough for you. So that's wonderful. Okay.
Hey, not my kids, not my business.
Exactly. Teach them right. Okay. I will cue you, Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Hey y'all, I'm Leah Lawrence.
And I'm her husband, Mitch Lawrence.
And you are listening to Tailgate Tales, a special series of the Southern Spirits podcast.
Each week during football season, we are looking at something fun from a school in the Southeastern Conference. So which one is it this week, Leah?
This week we're talking about the Louisiana State University, better known as LSU.
Yeah, we are. And we have purple and gold tigers painted on our face, but mine is particularly rough.
Yours isn't rough. It looks
No,
fine.
it's okay. It's
Don't
okay.
be rude about it.
It's okay. It really is. It was much worse earlier with the lips.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All I'm going to say is next week, I think Mitch should be the one that paints both of our faces,
I'll
and
do
we'll
it.
see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Who's playing next week? Hold on. Let me look at my schedule, and
Make
I'll
sure
let
it's something
you know
fun you don't want to do.
exactly who
Okay.
it is, and then Mitch is going to be the one that has to come up with it's Mississippi State.
Okay, yeah.
What's
I'll just do
Mississippi
like
State?
they're bulldogs.
Bulldog. Oh.
Yeah, so I can do like one side of your face red and the other white or maroon because they're maroon.
I'd like to see you get it real even and not patchy at all. Let's see you do it.
I'll do it.
All right. Well, next week, Face Paint is brought to you by Mitchell Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm
and
not going to do that.
I hope he enjoys it.
I'm not going to do that. Well, this weekend, LSU is playing Mississippi State at 2:30. So they're at Mississippi State. So, head on over and enjoy that game. And our tradition for this week, LSU is very known for its tailgating practices. They apparently have like one of the best tailgating things in the country. And I've heard that from a lot of people that have been there. So people watching the video, check this out. This was on this article I'm about to read from for you. There we go. Goodness gracious. The article is titled, My Favorite LSU Football Traditions. And it's from, what is this? The Odyssey Online, which is just an online paper. And someone, I don't even know who the author is, but this is their favorite. Number 1 for them is tailgating. So I'm going to read you the entire thing here. This is the whole entry.
Oh, you're not going to put us picture in picture?
Who? Oh, we are. We are in picture in picture.
Are we?
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll cut that later. But see,
Sorry.
here we are there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I only see the... Okay.
Yeah, I know. I have to keep the recording software going.
I'm a derp. It's fine.
Okay. That will all be cut. Let's put a little cut mark in here. Perfect. Excellent, everyone. Here we go. You will probably never again see as many people in the same place drinking and eating for the same cause. LSU tailgates are bustling with people in their purple and gold clothes, beads, streamers, flags, and dyed dog fur. As you walk down Nicholson Extension, you will see everything from the Le Bourge tailgate, having a full-service bar complete with bartenders, to families grilling gator for the Florida game. There's nothing quite like carrying a handle of whiskey from one tailgate to the next while yelling Tiger Bait at anyone wearing the opposing team's colors. I really hope I said that French word correctly.
I don't think you did.
La Berge.
But I've got some sort of Louisiana-specific words in my story, so I'm not going to
Oh, I can't
do
wait.
too hard. Also, can we say that dog's balls are very prominent? And
Hey, I
it's
hope
a
he
little
painted those
awkward.
too. I really hope that guy painted those.
No, that's a really cute tiger dog, but the tiger dog at Auburn is cuter. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's like
I
a
think I have,
smaller
yeah.
dog, and they dye
Yeah.
it all the time. And I've seen a bunch of people have pictures of it, but
Yeah.
they apparently go to all the home games with that dog dyed that way, and it's really cute.
Yeah, I think that I have actually seen that before, the Auburn dog, but I'm not sure.
But I've heard tailgating is actually really, really fun there. But my brother tells a story about he went to Auburn, and he was a graduate student there at Auburn, and they, they went to a bunch of games, and they went to the one in Louisiana every time they had it there. And he said that their engineering department and Louisiana State's engineering department would kind of get together and do a group tailgate, and they would make the biggest pot of gumbo, like the most industrial giant thing, and they would cook it all day long, and the pot was so big they had to stir it with a wooden boat paddle.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, he
and
said
I want
it
to go.
like he's like Louisiana fans might be a little irritating, but their food is fabulous.
Did you ask him if he had the corn dogs?
I did not, because I still don't understand what that means.
I-
You've tried to explain
I don't either.
it. I
don't
don't
know.
get it.
I don't know either. It's apparently LSU smells like corn dogs, but then like all the LSU people say corn dogs, so I don't understand the corn dog thing either.
I've never been to Baton Rouge, but I don't plan on going after the story I'm about to tell you, so
What if they just have
fine.
a corn dog factory in Baton Rouge?
it's fine. It's
You
better
love
than
corn dogs,
the,
though.
It's better than the town in Alabama, Conecuh, that makes those sausages.
No, it is not.
Oh,
Conecuh sausage is
That
the shit.
entire city smells exactly like that sausage cooking, and I don't like that sausage.
Yeah, you are a maniac. We've
Oh.
talked about that before.
No, thank you. Not
I don't
for
understand how you don't like Conecuh. That's so
me. And in
weird.
Decatur, if you get the bridge at the wrong angle and the wind's blowing the wrong way, that Meow Mix factory smells
Yeah.
like everything.
That's cat food, and it's fucking gross. But we're talking about Conecuh, Leah.
Very true.
Conecuh sausage is wonderful. I've heard Hershey, Pennsylvania smells like chocolate all the time.
I would be there for that.
Yeah. So, anyway. Are we ready to start talking about our story?
I guess, and I know I'm stalling, but we're doing a murder today.
Yay! Murder!
Yay.
Okay, here we go.
So, all right, well, we're going to be talking about the murder of Eugenie Boisfontaine.
Okay.
And I hope that's how you say her name.
I think it is.
Like I said, lots of
Boys Fountain.
Boys Fountain. Yeah, that's it.
That's not it.
But I think it's Eugenie Boisfontaine.
Okay.
So, she was murdered in 1997, and turns out, I was just researching a case for this. Did you know that in the late 90s, early 2000s, there were a lot of serial killers on the loose?
Really?
In Baton Rouge?
I didn't know that.
There were at least two that are convicted. One of them's dead, and the other one's still in prison. But so in that time period, there were, like I said, two active ones. One was Derek Todd Lee, and the other one was Sean Vincent Gillis.
Okay.
They believe there was another active serial killer that was never caught. And then there's this particular murder that they can't attach to anybody. Now, they've attempted to prove that it was that first guy, Derek Todd Lee. They think that he was involved because the way that he killed this girl was, or the way that this woman was killed was very similar to the way that one of his other victims was killed. But the DNA doesn't match.
Mm-hmm.
He never confessed to that, and he confessed to a lot of them. And so they don't think that was a connection. So there's still just sort of this open-ended, mysterious, who knows what happened to her kind of thing going on with this one.
Okay.
So she was a graduate student there at the Louisiana State University. She was living near campus. The thing is, with this particular case, there's not a lot of information on the girl's personal life because the family decided to keep most of it private, which 100% completely understand. I got it.
Yeah.
But she was 34 years old when she went missing. She was last seen at her building by, like, the building exterminator on June the 13th of 1997. And she went out, she was like a normal, she walked and jogged around the university lake there on campus. Well, lakes, I think there's several of them. But
Okay.
she was just out, whatever, having a good old time, doing her jogging, walking thing. But she never came back. And, like, after several days, no one had contact with her. She didn't make it to classes. Her family hadn't heard from her in a while, so someone reported her missing. And eventually a jogger found a bunch of, like, her personal effects near one of the lakes because they were, jogging around. So they found, I believe, her keys and a couple of, like, an ID card, something like that, maybe a student ID or something. And they found that and they turned it into the police, and the police were like, okay, well, she was definitely in this area, but we don't have any other signs of her. Well, a couple days later, a professor found her credit cards near the same place, but the credit cards were all laid out in this weird circle, like someone had intentionally placed them there.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either. And so a few days later, there was a search party, and they scaped out that whole area. People were looking for other things, and they found a couple more of her personal items, but they didn't find her body, and they didn't find any other kind of clues or information leading them in a direction to find her. But eventually, it took 3 months to find her, but eventually they found her. And her body was found at the Bayou Manchac, and it's just southeast of Baton Rouge.
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
It's like a swampy area. It's a bayou.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. And apparently, now I will say that Discovery Channel did. There used to be a show, it only ran 3 seasons, called The Killing Fields, and this was the first season's case, was Eugenie Boisfontaine. So if you're interested in this case, they do a whole cold case write-up kind of thing during that season of that show.
I remember that series, but I never watched it.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, like I said, They did a lot of stuff, and we'll talk about it in just a minute. But anyway, I was watching part of that, and then the investigator that was actually the guy that came out of retirement to do that show to help reopen this cold case, he is the most Cajun accent that you have ever heard in your life. Like, he needs subtitles almost. Which I love that accent, so I don't anyway. But he said that particular area is a place that was known for finding bodies and that kind of stuff. Like it was a dumping ground kind of thing. So they found her body, and the evidence points to the fact that she was bludgeoned in the head and her skull was cracked open. That was how she was killed. They believe she was also sexually assaulted, but because of the state of decay of her body and it being in the water, it was very difficult to get any kind of DNA off of her body or out of her body.
Yeah.
So it was just rough all the way around. And like I said before, they did think that the biggest suspect at the time was that serial killer that I was telling you before, the Derek Todd Lee, but he never confessed to doing her murder, and he confessed to like 9 or something like that. Like,
all the rest that he was suspected of.
All the rest of the ones in the area, plus a couple he wasn't even tied to. So that's unlikely in a lot of people's opinion.
Did you say how long it took them to find her body?
3 months.
God, it was in there for 3 months. Ugh.
Well, yeah, it was 3 months from the time that she disappeared. Whether she was out there the whole time or not, I don't know. But it was her body was in a relatively advanced state of decomposition when they found her, so I assume she was out there for most of the time.
Yeah.
But they, like I said, didn't really have much of a suspect. But it turns out, well, I'm not sure if I told you, she was 34 years old at the time. She was a grad student. She had an ex-husband. And the ex-husband is what this, he's the person that they really focused on in that Killing Fields thing in a couple episodes. And his last name was Schmidt, I think. But they were like, oh, it's got to be the ex-husband. Because, I mean, when something like that happens, a lot of times it's the partner.
It usually is.
It's the ex-partner. It's someone close to him. And he was like, look, I'm not submitting my DNA. Absolutely not. I'm not cooperating. Which sort of throws up a red flag, you know? People are like, hey, he was after it happened, he apparently became very grief-stricken and very, like isolated himself.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, just a lot of suspicious behavior. So when that happened, he... apparently on the show, and like I said, I have not watched all of this show, so I'm just reading off of synopses right now, and a court filing. But
that helps.
So they followed this guy around, and in an unmarked car, and he left some, I think he had like closed his car door or something like that, and he, like an undercover cop swabbed the handle for DNA, and they tested that DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed up as not a match, but he is suing that department for basically illegal search and seizure because they didn't have a warrant for him, and he didn't voluntarily submit himself for that kind of DNA testing. And so that's still pending as far as I could tell. I couldn't find a, but anyway, he, was pissed about that kind of thing, even though it showed that he wasn't the one involved,
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that made him real mad, which I don't blame him, but it depends on state laws. I know in some states that's a crime, that you can't do that. In some states, it's normal, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've always wondered about why some states allow that and some don't, because they're...
Well, like I said, it depends. Like some places, in some cities and some states, it's illegal to like run through someone's trash.
Yeah.
But in some places, once it's out of your house and on the side of the road, it's free game,
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, it really just depends on your municipality, your state, your everything. So like I said, I don't know the details behind it, but if you want to read the court filing, all you got to do is Google it because it totally shows up.
Yeah, it's really weird that, like, trash is public property or domain or whatever once it's on the curb.
Yeah.
In some areas, though. But in others, it's a violation of privacy if you go through the trash. And then, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. It's
Yeah.
so weird to me. Is our stream working?
I have no idea.
Well, looks like
Seems
it.
to be.
I don't know. It keeps going in and out. I don't know. Well, anyway, so they still don't know anything about it,
And
huh?
they have no idea.
And when was the murder?
97.
Okay. So over 20 years now.
Exactly. It's been a long time, and they still, even with all of that, like, they were hopeful with some of the stuff that was going on when they reopened that case in 2016, but as far as I've read and as far as I can tell online, there really hasn't been any more evidence or proof or anything that's come up after that. But, I mean, with all of the ancestral DNA stuff that's coming up and the forensic DNA, I mean, it's a possibility that they could figure out who did it eventually. It's just not there yet.
Well, it's finding specimens from that body as well,
Yeah, which is difficult. But I believe they do have DNA that they can test against because they've done that.
Yeah.
But whether it's a great sample or, etc., who knows? I don't know anything about it. I've listened and I've read a lot of papers about that kind of thing, but I don't truly understand it on a scientific level. So who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hopeful. Maybe one day someone will figure that out. But as far as I know, it's still a cold case.
Well, it's quite a murder.
Yeah. And Baton Rouge has a lot of serial killers, or did at one time. So
yeah. I mean,
bear that in mind.
It makes sense, though. It's swamp country, It makes sense.
I don't know. I'm still not going to Baton Rouge.
No, you probably shouldn't.
Although that Garth Brooks song, is real good.
That was one of the traditions on that list.
Was it? I only read the
calling
first
Baton
part.
Rouge. And it was... Yeah, it was... I don't think Garth knew what he was doing when he made that song, but now it's a... Unless you... Okay, don't...
I love that song.
You save it for midweek minis when
So
we get the
good.
question of Leah, sing us something.
No.
You can do Garth Brooks. You can do a Garth Brooks medley.
Oh my God, we should do that on the... There's a karaoke medley of Garth Brooks on YouTube.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't want to
go
do that at
for it.
all.
All right, well, I think we've lost everybody's interest at this
Yeah.
point. I feel like we should wrap it up.
Oh, no, I'm kind of into that murder. Maybe we should do it on the main show and talk about it more.
No, and I was going to go into detail about the other two serial killers, but I feel like that's something that I would rather go into more depth on the main show. So
Yeah.
I'm going to save those two people in general because, man, dickheads, both of them. So
Serial killers? Are you kidding?
yeah, but like
They're
especially
dickheads?
heinous.
Come on, Leah. Hey, that's like Law and Order SVU.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They're considered especially heinous.
Yeah.
The dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies
Yeah.
are members of an elite squad called the Special
Mitchell.
Victims Unit.
call that show Murder Rape, and I
Yeah.
hate it.
I love
I know you
Murder
do.
Rape. I
It's
love
awful.
it so
It's
much.
so bad.
No, I love that show.
Like, I can't. I just can't.
I will tell you this. I've watched some of the most recent season.
Is it bad?
It's not good. It's
Okay.
not. That show's never been like great television, but it's fun, right? I've always enjoyed watching it. The stories can enthrall you, but like very recently they've done abortion and gun control and gun rights, and abortion and stuff like mixed in with
They're
their murder
preachy.
rape. And it's like, but both of them are like, I don't know, should we take a stand one way or the other? And it's like, no, not
Like,
really, but like if you're doing a show,
I was gonna say, but if you're gonna cover it, take a stance. I get it. And that
'Cause
one
what they
lady
do
is
is they do-
phoning it in.
oh yeah,
Like,
Mariska Hargitay,
Yeah,
she
Mariska
is so done.
Hargitay has like
She's so done.
she checked out years ago.
Yeah.
Like, she does not want to continue doing that show, which maybe she does because I bet the paycheck is
Oh
wonderful.
yeah, that is her show now.
Yeah. But I mean,
So-
like, you can tell she stopped giving a shit about it years ago.
Christopher Maloney had the best idea a few years ago, was just leave and stop working, just like period.
That sounds awesome.
He was in a Call of Duty game and then he hasn't done shit since.
Oh, that sounds like the dream.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
Exactly.
Good old Christopher Maloney.
Indeed.
All right, y'all. Well, that's going to wrap up the audio portion
Yeah.
of this episode. If you're in the live stream, you can stick around for a minute. We'll do, I don't know, something. I don't know.
Probably not.
But anyway, y'all, it's been fun. Y'all check out the main episode on Sunday and also come to the Midweek Minis live stream on Facebook on Sunday. And I guess we'll just see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
You had a little hiccup there?
I did. I hiccuped and bye, y'all. Hold on. Let's try that one more time.
You want another bye, y'all?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Okay, here. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah, I can make that sound natural.
I hiccuped in the middle of the bye, y'all.
I know, it was very funny.
Awful.
So y'all hanging out on the live stream, see what I do. See the editing magic I put into that for the audio Saturday.
It's bullshit. You're just gonna put yourself in going, bye, y'all.
No, I'm not. I don't ever say bye, y'all. I refuse
know.
to say it. Period. I'm not going to. Yeah, I mean, this is how it always is, Kim.
I'm freezing. I'm always cold.
And I'm always super hot. So, no, I'm warm. Like all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
I think we're frozen.
It looks like we might be. There's some weird shit's going on with this
Yeah.
video. So I don't know. That's
Ruh-roh.
working. I don't know. Well, I'm sorry if the Facebook video is frozen, y'all. It's working on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the others just messed up. Who knows?
Yeah. All right, let's see. Jamie said Shane West was born in Baton Rouge. He did Happy on Sci-Fi. I don't know who that is or what that show is.
No, me
Do you
neither.
know what that is?
No.
No, I've never watched any sci-fi originals. I think I watched like 30 minutes of Sharknado one time. Well, that was
That's a
it.
fun show.
But that's a movie.
I know,
But
but
yeah.
I mean, like, there's like 4 of them now, so.
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything. Anyway, I had a good time tonight, Leah. Did you have a good time?
I surely did.
Oh, excellent. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for coming by, and we will see you when we see you again. You got anything to say?
Bye, y'all.
Okay. You want to hiccup again?
No.
Just for posterity?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All
Bye,
right.
y'all.
Bye.